Hey, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. We are making vegan mozzarella stuffed meatless loaf and mashed potatoes, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're getting started with the item that takes the longest, which is the meatless loaf. So we're going to start off by cutting half of a yellow onion, and you're going to chop that up real nice like this. All right, next we have 3 cloves of garlic. Feel free to use as much garlic as you want. I just used 3 because I know I'm going to use a lot of garlic powder, but fresh garlic is always good for your food. Next is your impossible meat. So use about 1 pound of impossible meat. Then you're going to add about 1/4 a cup of breadcrumbs. Y'all know I'm eyeing it today, okay? I'm not using no measuring cups, okay? And then for ketchup, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And now for your seasoning. So, I got the seasoning written 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, but who knows how much I really use, because once again, we are letting the ancestors guide us. So the same thing for the onion powder. I'm just giving you estimates, okay? With these tablespoons, these are estimates. So 1 teaspoon of onion powder as well, black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon, and salt, 1/4 teaspoon as well. I love this salt grinder, y'all. This is my first time buying one. I like it, so I'm gonna keep buying it. Then paprika as well. You just eye it. It depends on how much spice you like in your life, okay? So I like a lot of spice in my life. So, I'm gonna use a good amount. I think I even opened up the other end to get some more out. And I'm also using smoked paprika too, because like I said, I like a lot of spice. So if you ain't like a spicy person, you can leave those out, no pressure. And then you're going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of oregano leaves. And the same with thyme leaves. This is where you get all your flavors from your green plants. Some basil leaves as well, okay? Because this meatless loaf is going to be full of flavor. And then a teaspoon of soy sauce. Yeah, I know soy sauce, it has a lot of flavor too. Now, you're going to add your onions and your garlic to this meatless mixture. All right, now we have some almond milk, 1/4 cup of almond milk. And then for your just egg, you're going to use about 4 teaspoons. So what this does is going to help our mixture stay together. So now we can stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. Okay, so we want to mix everything together. As y'all see, I'm breaking down the meat with my good old wooden spoon. I need a new one of those. I got a P.O. box. Oh, I should put my P.O. box. Oh, I'm putting my P.O. box in the description box. So if y'all want to send me something, you can send me something. Okay, so anyways, I'm adding some Cajun Creole as well, because I just feel like you can't go wrong with a lot of flavor. And once I started mixing it up, I saw how much meatless mixture there was. I said, I might need some more seasoning and some cayenne too, because I forgot about that earlier for our spice, and adding more black pepper, oregano, and whatever else I could find at this point. And then just stirring it up some more and mixing all of that together so that we can have a lot of flavor. Okay, so now that that's all mixed up, we got our pan ready. Okay, we got our deep dish pan. So we're gonna take about half of the mixture, and we are going to place it in the pan, and we're gonna press down. Okay, press down into kind of like I'd say like an oval shape. Okay, because this is gonna be the base of our meatless loaf. It's just funny to say meatless loaf. Then I'm going in with Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart dairy-free mozzarella cheese. I'm going to use about 5 ounces of the bag and place that in the middle of our meatless mixture. Okay, we just gonna push them little pieces in because we don't want nothing falling on the side. Okay, because this is the mozzarella stuffed meatless loaf. So we want all the mozzarella to be stuffed on the inside. So then we're going to take the rest of our meatless mixture and we're going to place it on top of our base. And we're going to go ahead and use our fingers to flatten out the top and then pull the bottom, up over the top and really close this thing out so that all the mozzarella is stuffed in the middle of our meatless loaf. This is so much fun, okay? You got to be ready to use your hands. And my hands are ashy. Do you know why? Because you keep going back and forth. You're washing your dishes, wash your hands. I just touch stuff, okay? So that's why my hands are ashy. And I don't know anyone who puts on lotion in the middle of cooking. So there you go. So the ash means I'm doing work. That's all that means. So when I have ashy hands, if you see me on the streets and I have ashy hands, it means I've been doing work. So anyways, here's our meatless loaf. Really want to shape it into whatever shape you want. But my shape is like an oval shape, almost like a football. And then you're going to bake it at 400 for about 25 minutes, okay? It ain't real meat, so really don't take that long to cook, okay? And keep shaping it. As y'all see, I'm manipulating this thing till I get it to a shape that I like. All right, so now for our meatless loaf dressing, I will have all the ingredients and the measurements listed in my description box below, okay? So for this, I did do more than what you will see written on the recipe because I'm a big sauce person and sauce is the way to go. So I'm always going to make extra sauce because I rather have more than less. And as far as using sugar, of course, for the vegans, you are more than welcome to use organic brown sugar, which is usually vegan, but always look up whatever brand of sugar you're buying. If you are a very strict vegan, I'm plant-based, so things just go how they go. All right, so you're going to add seasoning as well, okay, because flavor needs to be everywhere. It needs to be in the meatless loaf. It needs to be in the sauce. It just needs to be everywhere, okay? This food will not lack flavor. So once you have all that together, you're gonna go ahead and stir it up again until it's at a nice consistency. Moving right along to the mashed potatoes. You're gonna take 2 russet potatoes. Make sure you clean them things, all right? Clean them in some water, some vinegar. Make sure you scrub them, all that. Peel off the skin. Then you're gonna wanna go ahead and chop these things up. I cut them that way, and then I cut them the other way. Okay, so we have some nice pieces to boil, and you always put your pieces in first, okay? Add in little pieces of garlic, then you top it with water. You let it cook for how many ever minutes I have written on the text. All right, so now our meatless loaf has cooked. We are gonna drizzle our dressing over it. Ooh, slow motion for you. A slow motion for you. All right, enough of that. So now we're going to spread all our dressing over our meatless loaf. And as you can see, I had some extra dressing. Like I said, I wanted to have more than less, okay, so that I can go back in if need be and use more of the dressing. So then you're going to put it back in the oven for additional 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to go back, check on those potatoes, make sure they're tender. Clearly they are because I could barely grab it. Okay, then you're going to drain the potatoes. Go through, make sure everything look all right. That's what I'm doing. Oh, you know what? Actually, I was checking for the little garlic cloves to make sure they was all out of there. Okay, so I added garlic to boil with the potatoes to give the potatoes some flavor. That's a nice little trick for you. Okay, now we're gonna take a few teaspoons of dairy-free butter and add in some almond milk, and we're gonna warm it up. Okay, you gotta warm it up before it touches the potatoes, because don't let no cold mixture touch the potatoes. And then we're gonna go ahead and mash it up. Okay, get you a masher. Some people don't have mashers, so they use their forks or the back of a spoon. So whatever you have, let's use it to mash up these potatoes, okay? And then I'm adding in some more of the milk and butter mixture and some seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, probably some salt too, okay? What's that? Oregano leaves. Y'all, seasoning is here. It is not lacking. Some basil leaves. Y'all know how bland potatoes can be. So anyways, then you go back to mashing it up some more, okay? So you don't have to mash it as much, but I wanted these potatoes to be a very smooth consistency. So that's why I keep mashing. And hey, there goes our meatless loaf. So that's what it looks like fresh out the oven. All right, so I'm coming back, adding more seasoning because I'm tasting it as I go to see, like, you know, how I'm feeling, like whether I'm feeling it or not, if it needs more seasoning, you know, whatever the case may be. So make sure you taste it in between, and you're not just adding stuff just to be adding stuff. Okay, so I was tasting it off camera. Okay, and I continue mashing it because, again, I want a very smooth consistency. And I also decided to add tofuti sour cream. Okay, so we can have some smooth mashed potatoes, man. Okay, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I filmed this like 2 months ago, and this video is really wanting me to make this again. So anywho, back to our meatless loaf, y'all. Let's see what it's looking like. Let's go ahead and cut a little piece, see what's popping. What is popping? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, look at how that dairy-free cheese melting high. It ain't melting like your cow milk cheese, hey, but it still look real good and juicy, yay. Hey, y'all. All right, I know y'all looking like, what in the melting? But that's just what it is. Oh, and it tastes so good, y'all. I added some corn. All right. And look at the potatoes. They full of flavor. I even added some thyme or basil or something for garnish, or some parsley. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.